In this video, we're just going to be looking at how to use the equal operator. It's very simple. Before we get started, let me just run a query on this table. We're going to be selecting all from the employees table, once I pick the right database. There we go. Now he's happy. If you notice here, this just basically gives you everything from the table. But what would happen if you just wanted to pick one record based on one set of information? Let's do this. You may not necessarily run a query like this based on a key field, but you could. What we're going to do is we're going to select everything from employees, but we're going to say where, we're going to filter the records, where the EM key, where this first field, is equal to exactly 1. So when we run that, since that's a unique number, it's only going to show one record. Now, that's how you would do that when the field is numeric. But notice this. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say select star from employees where the EM first name field, let me just go back and show the whole table again. See how there's somebody here named Dave? And there's another person named Dave. Love that name. We're going to say select star from employees where the first name field is equal to Dave. But watch what happens. It says invalid column name Dave. The way we write this, it thinks that if we have this just listed like this, that what's going to happen is it thinks that Dave is equal to a field in the table. That's just how SQL works. Whereas if I do this, if I wrap Dave with single quotes, then it realizes that it's text. So let's run that. And now it's happy. Now it pulls back every record where the first name is equal to Dave. So the thing is, when you do something which is a text value or a date, you have to wrap the value in single quotes. Now the converse is not true. The converse is not true. If I wanted to select from a numeric field, and just to get even I put single quotes around that, see the difference here? We're selecting EM key equals 1 and EM key equals 1, but here I'm pretending it's text. It doesn't matter. See how we get the same thing each time and there's no errors? If you put single quotes around a numeric value, SQL is okay with that. It won't break. It's just when you have a text value or a date and then you don't wrap it, then you're in trouble. Now, let's look at something else. Let's do select star from employees where EM salary equals 110,000. Now notice something. See how this is actually a numeric data type, but it has a decimal point in a couple of places after that. This is probably either a decimal or a numeric data type. It could be money, but whatever it is. See how I didn't use the proper precision, I just used a whole number, and here it goes out to a couple of zeros. Well, what would happen instead, because sometimes behind the scenes, Java, SQL Server, a lot of things will just convert data types for you and kind of keep you out of the loop. But you see, if I run this, notice that even if I have too many zeros at the end, as long as that can convert back to that, as long as it doesn't say like 0002 or 0003, doing it like this or this returns the same record. But now, here's something a little different. What if I want to pass this in as text, but now that I'm passing it in as text, I'm using more zeros than there should be. Can that possibly work? And yeah, see, it's fine. SQL Server could care less. When you throw single quotes around something that doesn't need them, and I'm not talking about when you double them up, that changes the laws of nature and stuff. But wrapping something in single quotes if you're not sure is usually not a problem. The one last thing that I wanted to show you is, let's go back to the entire table. Or actually, let's do this. Let's break that out. Now remember, the EM key, it's an auto number. Now there's a department key, which is a lookup to another table. There's 4s, there's 1s, there's 2s, there's 5s. What we're going to do is something kind of ridiculous, because you would never really do this, because the EM key and the DP key really have nothing to do with each other than they're both numeric. But just to show you what you could do, here's an example where you're saying one key equals another. Normally, you would use two keys that are related in different tables that you're joining, but just to show you. Oops. Let's go back. Oh, what happened is, see, it ran two queries. The first one selected everything, and then the second one just selected Mr. Mehta because he's the only case where the EM key equals the DP key. So basically, folks, that's all the different ways that you can use the equals operator. Have fun.